All right, good morning, guys. We are going to be doing a little activity today, so I'm going to post two videos. One to go over the activity and the other one to show you how to make it. So we've been talking about money and earning money and saving money. So we're going to make a craft. We're going to make a money jar. This is a pretty simple craft. But you might need some help from a family member to try and find some of the supplies. So the first thing we need is a sheet of paper. So just a simple sheet of paper. It can even be a scrap paper. Mine's got a little cut out of it. It can be a scrap piece. A ruler. Again, I don't have one at home. I just don't use one. So you actually don't need a ruler. So we're gonna scrap the ruler. You don't need it. A pair of scissors, which me and Miss W brought you all a pair of scissors. So find your scissors. A marker. Again, a marker is not necessary. You can use a crayon or a pencil, or a marker. Glue stick. We brought you some glue sticks, I think, but you can use tape. Miss Allen is going to use some tape. We're packing, so I'm using some packing tape. And then it says a foam circle. I am not using a foam circle. I am using part of my paper. So if you have craft foam circles, lucky you. I'm going to use a piece of paper because I think it's easy to do that. And then you need a pint jar with a ring. So that sounds hard, but I think that all of you probably have jars in your house. So we have these jars here. This is called a canning jar. We have some of these because Mr. Charlie likes them to put like grease in from like burgers and stuff. But you can also use like old pickle jars, old spaghetti noodle jars, whatever you've got in the house. You can also use those. So see if your family can help you find a jar. Now remember, they're glass, so always use two hands to carry them. All right, so next page, we're going to talk about the instructions. So the first things first, you're going to go ahead and cut a piece of paper. So what I did, I'm going to show you as I'm doing it here. I'm just going to show you what I did. I just cut a piece of paper. I didn't measure it because, like I said, I don't have a ruler. So I cut a piece of paper out. And I'll show you on the next video exactly step by step what I'm going to do. You cut out a piece of paper, and then you're going to write or draw what you want to save money for on that strip of paper. So they wrote new video game on their strip of paper. And then it says put glue onto back of strip and wrap it around the jar. So they put their glue on the back of their strip here, and then they wrapped it around their jar. So they wrapped it all the way around, and they glued it on like that. Next one is measure and mark a 1-inch X on the top, on the center of the foam circle. Again, I don't have a foam circle. So what I did, each jar has a lid. So I traced the top of my lid. Now my lid has, part of it came off. So I traced the inside of my jar lid here with my marker. There it is. I traced the inside. And then I'm going to show you on the next video, I'm going to make an X in the middle. Another thing that you can do is have your family help you trace your jar by placing it on top here. And you could trace your lid of your jar onto the piece of paper. And then you're going to put an X in the middle of your circle. And then you're going to put the foam circle inside of your jar ring. This is my ring, so I'm going to place it inside of my jar ring. And then you're going to put the jar ring onto your jar, and we're going to close it tight. I skipped a step. Miss Allen, bad news. We had to cut the X and then put the jar ring back on so that we could slip our money inside, right? So then we put the jar ring onto the jar, turn until it's tight, and save your money. So here's the deal. Some of us might not have jars like these. So if you're using a pickle jar or a spaghetti jar that you have left over. An idea that I have for you is to have your family members help you tape the sides down on top. Using some tape, you would be able to still have the money jar so that you can use it. Okay, so I have a ring here on top that I'm able to seal shut. If you do not have this, you might be able to tape the foam circle or the paper circle down on the top so you can use it to save your money. So I'm going to link this on the schedule, and then I want you to watch the next one that shows me making this, okay? All right, I'll see you soon.